decided uh, organization for our presentation is ExxonMobil. So here are the group members for this presentation, who are Sanchit, Sujit, Sailesh, along with Rohit. So here is the table of content in which we have mentioned all of the content which is going to be explained in this presentation in regard of ExxonMobil. Next slide. So we'll start with the introduction of the company. So with its headquarters located in Irving, Texas, the United States, ExxonMobil Corporation comprises one of the biggest globally traded oil and gas companies in the globe. Two significant oil firms merged to form the corporation in 1999. Specifically, John D. Rockefeller formed Standard Oil, which is where Exxon and Mobil began their start in business. With operation in over 60 countries, the corporation is renowned for its large-scale initiative effectiveness in operations and innovative technologies. ExxonMobil, as an element of its initiative to combat as an effect of global warming and assist safely to the world's expanding energy needs, and also assist in to satisfy the world's expanding energy needs. ExxonMobil is heavily involved in the development of low carbon technologies such as hydrogen biofuel and carbon capture storage, which is also known as CCS. If we talk about main business of ExxonMobil, so it is divided between the three parts, which is upstream, downstream, and chemical stream. So in upstream, exploration and production of crude oil and natural gas has been done, and it is also done on onshore and offshore operations worldwide. If we talk about downstream, refining crude oil into fuels like gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and lubricant are done. Also, the global marketing and distribution to retail, commercial, and industrial customers are done in downstream. In chemical, production of petrochemical used in plastic, synthetic rubber, resins, and more is been done. Along with it also supplies to industries for automotive and packaging as well. This vertically integrated structure gives ExxonMobil agility, efficiency, and global scale. Next slide. So, in this slide, we are gonna see two forms of the strategy. So, in international strategy, it is divided between two parts, like in internationalization drivers and firm-specific advantages. So, in internationalization drivers, first come up with the market driver, in which high global demand and petrochemical products in diverse industries has been done. If we talk about research driver, access to oil, gas reserve in the Middle East, West Africa, Russia, and South America has been done, along with also energy security through the global diversification also been done in resource driver. The cost driver, economies of scale and competitive cost in selected region through government incentives and lower labor cost. In political driver, we can say joint ventures with national oil companies like Aramco and Qatar Energy, strategically partnership through diplomatic energy ties. In technological drivers, advanced technology enables operations in extreme environment like deep oceans and the Arctic oceans. And also the global knowledge transfer supposed host countries like sectors. In sustainability drivers, alignment with international climate goals through CCS, biofuels, and hydrogen has been done, along with the maintaining the license to operate by demonstrating environmental responsibility. In firm specific advantage, we can see six different forms. which are technological leadership, vertical integration, financial strength, project management knowledge, brand reputation, commitment and innovation, and renewable. In technological leadership, it pioneers in hydraulic fracturing, CCS, offshore drilling, and LNG. In vertical integration, it completes control from exploration to retail, provides efficiency and resilience. And in financial strength, is it the strong capital base to fund multi-decades projects that smaller firms can't afford. It's been done. In project management expertise, it proves the ability to deliver large-scale complex global projects safely and consistently. In brand reputation, a trusted name in energy is for over a century, and a strong relationship with government and oil companies has been has been made in worldwide. In sustainability commitment, investing in low carbon technologies to remain relevant in a transiting energy world has been done. Next slide. So in this slide, we are going to have a view on a geographical area of ExxonMobil. In first part, we can see a pie graph to show the differences, and in another picture, we can see the global footprint of ExxonMobil. So despite the energy transition, ExxonMobil projects that oil and natural gas will still account for over 50% of global energy even by 2050. That's what the that's what the bar graph says. That's why it continues investing in the fossil fuels alongside sustainable technologies like biofuel, hydrogen, and carbon captures, ensuring energy security and climate progress go hand in hand. And if we talk about the ExxonMobil global footprint, so it has left the global presence. Like ExxonMobil's international footprint spans Northern America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and part of Australia as well, ensuring diversified operations and robust global energy supply. Next slide. So from here, I would like to ask Sujit to take over from here for further explanation.
Yeah, we have market selection of ExxonMobil. The company follows a long-term of a systematic approach when entering marketing. Market types, advanced economics, countries like Canada, USA, Australia, UK, and demand for cutting-edge technology for energy sources R&D, and further economics, uh, Guyana, Suriname, uh, Namibia, first mover idle assets, developing economics, PNG, Angola, Nigeria, uh, joint ventures, growing properties, emerging economics, India, China, Brazil, Qatar. Energy demands a strong supply basis. The next slide. The next slide explain the whole cycle. Move to the slide. Company agency in globalization. We have like partnership and efficient distribution effe- and access to resources and integrated process. And coming to the earlier learning framework, ownership, technology and innovation, vertical integration and R&D, financial capability and brand and reputation, and location, is renewable resources and global strategy and increases energy and economic and efficient cost and internationalization safety and inquiry managing risk and cost control under government rules. And next slide continued by the Rohit.
Yeah, to explain the this slide explain you the beneficials for business growth, which is like we have some subtopics like expansion of global markets and utilizing natural assets, stability, financial control, and technology and innovation in advance, strong competitive position, and enhancing process in emerging markets. Like EXO goes through all things like coming to the expansion and global market. EXO operates in over 60 countries, allowing it to stay closer to major energy markets like Asia, Africa, Latin America, and Europe and US as well. And coming to the utilizing natural assets, how the EXO utilize the natural assets. Like the company has access to visit oil, to vast oil and gas resources to wildly, and it runs LNG operatings in Quota Pump and New Guiana and Mozambique and explore offshore oil in Guiana, ensuring long-term energy supply competitive advantages. Okay. And if you speak upon stable financial control, the thanks to its large-scale global operations, ExxonMobil keeps cost low across the resources, products, and transportation system as well. It infrastructure enables smooth move and energy products globally. And if you speak on technological and innovations, EXO is in lead and innovations like deep water drilling, LNG productions, and carbon capture. And this technology helps it adapt the complex environment and remains in industrial in lead position. And if you speak on stable and financial controls of EXO within its global presence, ExxonMobil com competed strongly with oil gains like Shell and BP, and it's also build lasting partnerships with local companies and infrastructure globally, and energy laws and stabilities. And coming to the enhancing process and emerging market, being early to invest in developing regions with tapping energy resources help exos gain first moving advantage and grow potentially. And coming to the challenges part, we have a next slide which explain the challenges part, how the exo um, uh, involves in challenges like gas and oil prices, involves gas and oil prices instability, like oil and gas prices are highly unpredictable nowadays due to supply demands and imbalancing political conclusions and economy staffing and policy changes and natural disasters too, and climate changes also. Coming to the climate changes, government and investors are pushing for the clean energy alternatives, and these affects exo through stricter emissions laws and growing performance for green energy resources. To if you talk about on strong competitions like ExxonMobil faces failure, ExxonMobil faces forces competitors for other global energy and gain techs like Shell's, BP, and Converts, and Total Energy and ENI also. And if you speak upon geopolitical tensions like political instabilities can also deal projects, increases source and cost and complicates and very complicates partnerships with local and state owned farms, and especially in risk of regions. And coming to the investment and risk, large international investments may not also pay off due to delay raising costs or changing market conditions. And if you speak on market challenges, the energy market in preserved by the functionality demand risking competition for the renewable and constant need or fast innovations. If you coming to the next slide, this slide explains you the risk and mitigation and strategies. If you speak on, we have uh, some few points like diversification and allocations of a resource at convenience and strategic allocations and financial risk and administration and balancing and outstanding operations and technology and risk assets and scenario design and climate strategy and crisis prevention and protections also. And finally, we have, if you go to the next slide, we have finally conclusion part, who is going to explain about conclusion part. Is Silas going to explain you the conclusion part?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna be explain conclusion part. ExxonMobil is now among the top energy business in the world due to its globalization. And ExxonMobil it profits greatly from globalization since it guarantees access to vital natural gases, satisfy the rising need for energy in countries that are developing or emerging, creates efficiency of scale and capitalizes on technological and organizational excellence in a variety of markets. Globalization, however, also poses serious problems for ExxonMobil. This means being vulnerable to market instability, environmental challenges, regulatory concerns, geopolitical dangers, and fierce international competitiveness. Next slide, please. And then ExxonMobil uses a range of risk reduction strategies to deal with these issues. This consists of making investments in cutting edge technologies, expanding its international holdings to lessen reliance on any one area, establishing long term alliances and joint ventures with domestic oil companies, and upholding strict safety, natural, and stakeholder involvement requirements. With these strategies, ExxonMobil hopes to strike a balance between growth, sustainable development, and adaptability in the quickly evolving international energy sector. Next slide. Mm, we have some reference used for this project. Thank you.